What's good? What's good? What's good? What's happening? What's happening, good people? Give y'all a few minutes to tap in. But what's going on? What's happening? Happy Sunday and all that. Happy Sunday, Financial Bar Sunday, that is. Tapping in with y'all. I know how I do on Sunday. Give y'all a few minutes to tap in. We got a lot to talk about. A lot's been going on this week. But as y'all know, it's your host, Don Bucks. This is Rapping Dough Financial Bars. You feel me? This is Financial Bars. So, I'm live on IG. I'm live on Facebook. Feel free to tap into Rapping Dough on there. I'm on, like I said, I'm live on Facebook and Instagram. Feel free to tap into Rapping Dough. What's happening? What's happening? Feel free to tap into Rapping Dough on IG, rapping_dough. Same on Facebook. But like I said, this is Financial Bar Sunday. What's happening? What's happening? You feel me? So I'm going to go ahead and hop right in. But it's a lot going on in the markets. A lot going on business-wise. If y'all tapped in last week, I was talking about how Facebook is under fire. Facebook is under fire. But as y'all know, Facebook is kind of like a behemoth. Yeah, what's happening? Slap Mobile. You feel me? Facebook has been under fire because a lot of companies are pulling their advertising revenue. They're pulling. Everybody, please do me a favor. Y'all got questions? Like I said, this is Q&A, but I'm gonna wait till the end. So as you think of questions, write them down, and I'm gonna take them as soon as I finish my spiel here. You feel me? But yeah, Facebook is still under fire. If y'all don't know and y'all not following the market, basically a lot of big companies are pulling their advertising revenue because of all the hate speech and the racial speech that's coming across their platform. And that's kind of like a sticky situation because a lot of analysts are asking questions as far as, then what's the difference between hate speech and freedom of speech? Because we all know our country is based on freedom of speech. Supposedly, we all supposed to have freedom of speech, but this is a sticky issue with all we got going on now racially and whatnot. So it's crazy because their boycott, they saying they boycott, but they only boycotting for 30 days. The whole month of July, they saying they boycott or whatever. So I don't even know if that's really a real boycott. But as we all know, everybody, as soon as they wake up in the morning, they check their Facebook. Like, Facebook ain't going nowhere no time soon. As a matter of fact, while all this BS is going on, all these companies supposedly pulling their revenue, Facebook is still at, their stock price is at an all-time high, regardless of all this shit that's going on right now. So that goes to show how big Facebook is, right? So I listen to a whole lot of analysts, a lot of people that's smarter than me, because I don't claim to be the smartest, but I know what I know. They're saying that of course I know, and I believe all y'all know too, that black people spend the most money out of every group of people in the world, basically. But they say that by 2024, if we keep it up, right now we spend $1.3 trillion a year on discretionary items, right? But they saying by 2024, that number is going to be up to 1.8 trillion. So we spend a lot of money. We spend a lot of money. And if, like, we redirect our money like we attempting to do with the Juneteenth thing. And I was confused about the Juneteenth thing. I only thought it was for Juneteenth. So apparently it was supposed to stretch from Juneteenth, what was it, 18th? June 18th, or whatever day that was. I think it was the 18th. Excuse me for not knowing that. But all the way to July 6th. I didn't know we weren't supposed to be spending money with other people that whole time. I didn't know that. If y'all knew that, kudos. But I didn't know that. I thought it was just for one day. But see, that's another thing that we have to get consolidated on our ideals, because if you ask me, it was all over the place, because a lot of us ain't know nothing about Juneteenth in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't know that's our actual Independence Day and not July 4th. Like, I'm gonna keep it funky. This is how behind we are with our Black history. Like, how many of us knew that Juneteenth was the day we got freed from slavery? Like, I didn't know that. See, this is the stuff that they don't teach us in school, along with a plethora of other stuff. You feel me? But they saying if we keep spending the way we spending, we're gonna be up to 1.8 trillion by 2024. Switching gears. All right. Operation Warp Speed. Now, the government got this program going on right now called Operation Warp Speed. Now, what Operation Warp Speed is their efforts to speed up the production of the vaccine, and for the vaccine. So basically, what I'm thinking when I hear Operation Warp Speed, how they're speeding up the process of creating this vaccine, what I'm thinking is, with the FDA and the okaying of a vaccine, there's different protocols that you have to go to. You said June 19th? June 19th. Thank you, brother. Thank you. June 19th was the day we got free from slavery. So, when I think Operation Warp Speed, and they're speeding up the process of creating this vaccine, there's different protocols and different levels of acceptance. You got stage 1, stage 2 of the acceptance of vaccines. And what I'm thinking is they're going to be cutting corners, because if you speeding up the process of the vaccine, that means, let's say there's 5 different thresholds they have to cross in order for something to be approved by the FDA, right? I'm thinking they may not have those same protocols in place, being that they're trying to speed up it only makes sense. It's logical. Like, if you're trying to speed up the process of something, you're going to have to alleviate some of the thresholds that was in place in order to approve something, right? So if you're speeding up the process of creating a vaccine, that means you got less test subjects that needs to be in place, because you need X amount of positive results in order for something to be approved. So I'm thinking they're going to throttle back on how many people you need to have positive results on. I think it's just going to be mad stuff wrong with the vaccine. Bottom line, it's going to be mad stuff wrong with this vaccine, because they speeding up the process of creating it, right? But as far as the stock market is concerned, how we could take advantage of that is being that they have all these pharmaceutical companies, biopharmaceutical companies, that are creating these vaccines. We as investors need to start looking into these companies and seeing who's coming close to getting approved. Like, because it's a race right now. It's a race to get this vaccine out. So companies are stepping over each other, and like, it's a race. It's a whole race out here to try to get this vaccine done. So as investors, that's one of the things, or one of the areas we need to be looking into. So that's a jewel right there. We need to start looking into what companies are going to be first, or who's in the pipeline as far as getting it done, because government is funding these companies. Like, last week, this one company got $350 million or some odd dollars, and their stock price went up 18% that day on that news. So if you knew about that news coming down the pipeline, and you did a call option on there, you probably would, yeah, you probably would have made out like a fat rat. But that's why we need to stay in tune with what the market is doing, what's going on in the world, because then we can take advantage of these opportunities. And I always tell people, I said, look, we already know more than Wall Street. I said that in a previous episode. Novax, brother said Novax is one of the companies. See, we rapping dough over here. Like these bars, like see, my people got bars. Like see, Novavax, however you say that. See what I'm saying? So this is the type of stuff that we need to be up on. You feel me? So like I said in the previous episode, I said how we already know more than Wall Street because we're on the ground floor of what's going on in the world. Like, so hopefully I can get through this before my phone dies, because my phone dying, people. But I definitely had to hop in here and do what I said I was going to do. But we got Operation Warp Speed going on. But we already know what's going on out here in the world. We know what people eating. We know where people going. We know vaccine is coming. We know what's open, what's closed. We know all that. You feel me? Yeah, bars. So we know all this stuff already. So this is the type of stuff we don't need to negate. We don't need to negate our real life experience and our real life knowledge. Like we already know what's going on out here before it even hits the news. You feel me? So that's one thing that we need to start doing is paying attention even more so, and watching these analysts and hearing what they got to say. So Operation Warp Speed is at hand, y'all. Now, next topic. Oh, and this one right here pissed me off, right? Now, I be listening to these analysts, and like I said last episode, like all of a sudden with this Black Lives Matter and like how they starting to be in solidarity with black people, they're saying that there's 10 million more people in the market over the past three months, and that's a combination of people getting this extra $600 in the unemployment, the stimulus checks. So it's mad liquidity. There's mad liquidity in the market. Now, I explained that term, I believe it was last week as well. Liquidity is the ability for something to be transferred into cash. Some things are less liquid than others. Like I said, stocks are more liquid than real estate. Even though I like both, I know that it takes longer to get your money out of a house than it does your stock portfolio. Like you can cash your money out of your stock portfolio and it'll be in your account within a day or two. Whereas though it takes longer to sell a house. You understand what I'm saying? So that's liquidity, the ability for something to be transferred from the asset into cash. So they're saying there's more liquidity in the market with these 10 million new people in the market. But they're saying these 10 million new people are, I'm paraphrasing, they screaming, these people are they're retail investors, they don't know what they're doing, they're gambling because there's no sports. So they're replacing their gambling habit with stock participation. I'm like, who the fuck is they? Who is they talking to? Like, who are they talking about right now? Like, it was like another thing. It was like, yeah, these people are. Most of them usually will be. They're probably living in their mom's basement, and these people are not supposed to care about their future. Like, if y'all follow me on IG, y'all seen that post I made. Like, they actually said that on CNBC. Like, this person said these people don't usually care about their future, so why are they in the stock market? So that's a hint right there. What are they saying in so many words? Like, they already know the stock market is the great equalizer, man. They know this. They don't even want us in the game. And this is how they dissing us. Like, they dissing the new investors, like, because they know that that'll close the gap. You feel what I'm saying? So that kind of pissed me off when I heard it. I was like, yo, how the hell they know in these new investors live in their parents' basement? What the fuck is they talking about? Like, so take that as a, you know what I mean? Think about that. Put that under your hat, because that's how they feel about us at the end of the day. But schools, they talking about schools reopening. And I don't know how they gonna do that, because, you know, we got states re-shutting down, bars shutting down, gyms re-shutting down because of the resurgence of COVID-19. So it's like, how are schools gonna open? Like, how are you gonna socially distance in a classroom? And I was talking to my boy the other day. He was like, man, I don't know if I'm sending my kids back when they say they got to go back. But your boy President Trump said that if you don't open your school, you're subject to not only fines, but he's pulling funding from schools that don't open. So it's something. It's getting spooky out here, man. It's real spooky out here. But that's what's going on with the schools. What else? He's cutting funding. So Ivy League football has canceled the season. They had 39 plus positive tests. So that means what? Stanford, all those Ivy League colleges. Ain't no football this year. You can cancel that. That's out. Ain't no football this year. So my thing is this: you don't want those Ivy League players playing because of those 37 positive tests. Why are you letting the schools open then? I think it should be a whole new restructuring, but this shit is so fast. Everything is happening so fast. I don't think it's going to be possible for them to create a whole new system. Yeah, it's getting real weird, bro. It's getting real weird, man. Like, so I think it's still a big cloud of uncertainty going on, because I don't really think people really know how you get it. Like, some people saying it's airborne, some people saying it stays on surfaces. Like, there's no solid cause or rhyme or reason to this shit. It's foul, like, you know what I'm saying? So moving on. Oh, another interesting report I read. It was talking about savings. They was talking about how much money should you have saved. And this is a report done by TD Ameritrade and Fidelity, their 2020 report. Now, this has a lot of moving parts because everybody don't make the same amount of money. Everybody's not the same age. But they said there's basically a benchmark. There's a standard in which people should be adhering to as far as their savings and retirement and whatnot. So basically what they were saying, now I said this months ago, almost a year ago, that we all need to have at least, bare minimum, at least 3 months of what you make, well, not what you make, 3 months of your expenses in cash. You can go grab it. At least 3 months. They say 3 to 6, but I'm going to say 3 months. 3 months of your expenses in cash, ready to go for when shit hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? I said this a long time ago, but they're saying it again. 3 to 6 months in cash for your living expenses. But what they're also saying is, these are experts. These are people that's smarter than me. Now, by the time you're retired, you're supposed to have at least $1 million. IG, Facebook, at least $1 million, right? So, other experts say by the time you're 40, you should have 3 times your salary in the bank. So whatever it is you make, times it by 3. We're supposed to have that in the bank. Now, by show of hands, how many people, I don't know how many 40-year-olds we got in here, how many people got 3 times their salary in the bank? I'll wait. And by the time you're 50, because it goes up, by the time you're 50, it's supposed to be 6 times what you was making in the bank. 8 times the money you was making by the time you were 60 in the bank. By 67, you're supposed to have 10 times what you was making in the bank, ready to go. But they also say is 2/3 of Americans have less than 100,000 in their retirement savings. I can go with that. So they're basing this off of I don't know what they're basing this off of. I guess they took an average or whatever. But a 40-year-old making $62,000 a year should have $186,000 in the bank right now. So I guess everybody would ask, damn, how do I do that? Some people barely paying their bills, let alone having 100 racks in the bank. You know what I'm saying? It says regardless of how much you make a year. No, it says if you're 40 years old and you make $62,000 a year, you should have $186,000 in the bank right now. Right now, you're supposed to have 186 in the bank. So knowing these stats, right? Now when you think back and you look around with all the stuff that we spend money on as black people, I'm willing to bet everything I got in the bank that most people don't have 100,000 in the bank. Most people don't have 100,000 in the bank. I'm on the road to it. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm on the road. Forget 100,000. I'm trying to am up out here because I'm on to them, and I want y'all to be on to them too. But they said, how if you don't have it, right? How do you get it there? How do you get it there? Like what is the recipe, right? They said the recipe is, wait for it, here it come, y'all. Here it come. This is how you get 100,000 in the bank by the time you're 40. Here it come. They said you get there by smart investing. You get there by smart investing. Have I not been saying this? Like, listen, man, I don't claim to know it all, but I know this to be a fact, and I've been screaming this from the rooftops. How do you get there? Smart investing. This is how you get there. And for those that just tapping in, what's good? It's Financial Bars Sunday. We over here with these bars. 2/3 of Americans have less than 100,000 in the bank. You know what I'm saying? But the key question is, like I said, everybody, most people working paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to tell people is put that money to work. There's no way you can save $100,000 just working. It's impossible. You can't do it. What's another word for impossible? Not doable. Unfathomable. Whatever word you want to use, it cannot be done working a job. Experts. Now, this is not me. I'm an expert to a degree. But people smarter than me said, how do you get there? How do you get there, Don Bucks? You get there by smart investing. Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Smart investing. How else do you get there, Don Bucks? Well, they say, coupled with smart investing, compounding interest. Did I not do an episode a couple weeks back, maybe a month back, breaking down compound interest? Did I not? Did I? Alright. So smart investing, compound interest, compounding of interest. Now, I'm not about to go through all that right now. Y'all can go back into the previous episode, and I broke down compounding interest. Basically, how the difference between putting $5,000 in the bank and trying to see interest off it versus putting $5,000 in an investment account, the difference between the gains in the two. I broke that down. Go check that out. So smart investing, compound interest, and their last and final thing was a 401k matching program at your job, which is investing. right? So, and they're saying with the minimum of $100 per paycheck, you can get there. So basically, all those things that sound so undoable, you can get there by smart investing, compound interest, 401k matching program. All that basically is saying invest your money. I didn't say it, they said it, but I'm saying it for them. You feel me? So this is how we get there. I'm gonna be, yo, if y'all found some value in here, man, hit them thumbs ups, man. Give me, I mean, shoot some fire in the comments, man. Like, but I'm wrapping up. So, people that had questions, I got a few more minutes before I have to get to this engagement. So if y'all got some questions that y'all was thinking while I was going through my spiel, I got a few minutes to get to those. So shoot out y'all questions if y'all have any. I'm here for the next several minutes or so. So shoot them out there, man. I hope y'all found some value in this. If we got some newcomers in here, feel free to tap into the Rappin' Doe YouTube channel as well as the Rappin' Doe IG page. Bars every day. We doing this every week. Tell your friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tap on in. We tapping in. It's 2020, man. We running the bag up. So what y'all got for me? Any questions? What y'all got? What y'all got? But y'all, like I said, y'all see how they feel about it, the new investors, man. Because how are you just gonna come at people like that? You supposed to, these people usually living in their parents' basement, and they don't usually have no interest in their future. So they basically saying that if you care about your future, you need to be in the stock market. All right, brother said that my first options contract. What happens if the target isn't met? If the target isn't met, sometimes depending on the company and the options premium that you paid for the contract, that's why I always recommend people to buy their contract at or near the strike price. So if you're doing a call, which is you thinking that the stock price is going to go up, and then let's say that the stock price is $25, I would get the contract with the strike price of $24.50, because the stock price is already above $24.50. So I would get that contract because that pretty much puts you in profitability if you get the strike price below the stock price. So if the stock price is $25, I would get the strike price of $24.50, or anything that's below where the stock price is already. So that's called being in the money. You want to be in the money. So if you're doing a call and you're thinking it's going to go, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, if you're doing a call and the stock price is $25, I would get the strike price of $24.50. Okay, good stuff. But if the usually you can sometimes depending because I trade on earnings. So with earnings, my phone about to die, y'all. So hopefully I can get a few more of these questions in. When I trade on earnings, I get my contract before the earnings report. So with earnings, when the report comes out the following day, your stock price is going to move substantially up or down depending on the news and depending on what you was looking for the stock price to do. But on earnings, that's why I trade on earnings, because you have the big pops up or the big pops down during earnings report. But that's why I trade on earnings. But doing a call, you get the strike price that's below the stock price because you'll already be in the money. Okay. Do I lose what I pay for the contract, or is there any additional fees I have to pay? Nah, there's no additional fees. No additional fees. If it don't go the way you want it to go, it all depends on your loss threshold, your loss tolerance. Because right now, if I miss on earning, if I miss and it does the opposite of what I wanted to do, I'm selling it when it goes down to 20%. If I'm down 20%, I'm not about to sit there and wait. Especially if I done read the chart and everything. That's a whole nother topic. Like if I'm looking at the chart and I see that it has no more, it's been overbought already, so it ain't gonna do nothing but keep coming down. I'm getting out of that trade and I'm moving on to the next one. Anybody else? Anybody else before this phone die? It's been dope, man. I'm doing this a week, man. A week. Word, word, word. But that's me. That's me. I got a 20% loss tolerance. Some people have a 50% loss tolerance. They like, all right, you know what I mean? I can wait because right now the market is volatile. So they like, all right, shoot. I can, if it come down 50%, who knows? It might go back up, but I don't mess around. I don't overstay my welcome. If the event is over and it goes the opposite direction, I get out of there. I get out of there. That's me. That's what I had success with. That's me. Anybody else? Anybody else? I'm here. You might as well get them questions out. Shoot them out. And it's going to be a dope week coming up. Ooh wee. Pepsi is Monday. You got Domino's and Netflix. For sure. Appreciate that. That's love. You know what I mean? And if y'all, you know what I mean? Shit. If there's people you think need to hear this, share it out to like 5-10 people, man. People need to hear this. Share. Share this live. Share these videos. Share, share, share. You feel me? It's all bars. All financial bars. You feel me? But yeah, man, it's gonna be a dope week coming up. Pepsi Monday, we got Domino's, we got Netflix on Thursday. This gonna be a good week. It's gonna be a good week. Bank of America, they doing big things on the low. Bank of America, I'm a little leery about the banks right now, man, because their interest rates are low right now, and that's usually how they make their money. They make money off interest, and their interest rates are the lowest they've ever been. So, I'm doing all crisis money plays. I'm doing all pandemic plays right now. Stuff that people using during the pandemic. They using Netflix. They ordering Domino's. They getting deliveries. They eat FedEx. That's how I killed them on FedEx. Like I'm doing crisis money plays. Like I'm doing plays that's relevant to what's going on at this moment. You know what I'm saying? And banks are playing a role in that, but I'm not sure. My bad. I'm not sure which way that's going to go. I haven't really looked into those. Watch the deals they're going to do. The deals, yeah. I'm curious to know what kind of deals, man. I've been, tuning in and whatnot, but as far as what they got coming down the pipeline, a lot of analysts are saying that the banks, it's going to take a while for them to get back to where they was. So I'm kind of staying away from those. That's crazy. I believe that. I got a Bank of America business account, so I kind of mess with them. I mess with them to a degree. But I have to look into that. I think it's a lot of banks earnings coming this week. A lot of banks coming this week. Oh man, I just seen this documentary on J.P. Morgan. Oh man, J.P. Morgan is an animal. With his parents, his upbringing, and his whole lineage, beast out here. Y'all get a chance, check that out on YouTube, man. JP Morgan. Wow. That's all I'm gonna say is wow. And now that's what I mean. That's what I call generational wealth. Like JP Morgan, check that out, man. He's a whole beast out here. I'm gonna keep my eyes on him. Good looking, bro. I appreciate that. I'm gonna definitely look into him because I think their earnings this week coming too. But like I said, I'm messing with these plays that I know for sure, going do numbers after they earnings report. Like I'm unsure. You see what I'm saying? So when you're unsure about stuff, that's where it get risky. When you're unsure, so I haven't done enough research. Maybe that's why I'm unsure. But I'm unsure about what the banks, with the outlook on what's going on with the banks. But I know what Netflix is going to do. I know what they've been doing during the whole pandemic. You know what I'm saying? I know for sure that that's going to pop. But it costs $3,000 per contract with them, with Netflix. I think I might get like 2 contracts. I'm thinking about tearing their ass up this week. You hear me? I'm trying to make this like a 10 rack week. You feel me? But yeah, man. So it's a heavy week coming up. And if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm going to tap on out of here. I'm going to be uploading this on YouTube. So if y'all think of any questions in the meantime, go to that Rap and Dough page on YouTube, or tap into Rap and Dough on IG and put your questions in the comments on this flyer for this Financial Bar Sunday. So, like I said, if don't nobody have any more questions, I'm going to tap on out of here, and I'm going to see y'all. I don't know, I might tap in sometime during the week. I don't know, just rap some dough with y'all, whatever. But with that being said, run the bag up, keep trading, keep investing. Let's get to it. Peace.